Entity versus TSM. Fog, still of course early days of the new patch. We're still experiencing these new things that teams are trying. Straight up from sort of your gut response to what we've seen from these two in terms of lineups, what are you liking the most?
Does look like a pretty good Beastmaster pick. They have a lot of ways to address this Enigma, especially in the early game and as it gets further. So yeah, let's see how it all plays out. We're going to get quick early aggression.
We might see a bit of an early first blood here. Fishman caught out by the dagger. They'll chase him down. Saberlight. He was talking the talk on stage, and he'll be able to turn up and get the first blood to back it up.
Of course he was.
So let's have a look at some of the lane setups here. I mean, we actually might get a bit more action. TSM hovering around the mid area. Kataomi and Stormstorm have to be careful.
Yeah, I'm looking at all these starting items, seeing if anything in particular really stands out. Looks like pretty standard. So yeah, looking at the top lane, that's going to probably be one of the tougher ones. Let's see how the Alchemist is able to offset and push them away with Acid Spray, because it is a strong lane. The Wyvern and the Beastmaster. AA is not a hero that really deals too well with Beast. So that Axe spam plus the Wyvern spam should be pretty aggressive versus an Alchemist. Pure, charging up a stun, at least pushing him away from the rune. Saberlight, we'll take a max one.
Yeah, they're not going to have anything more to back that up. Moon's around. We'll see how the setup goes. And in terms of the way both teams ended the draft, you sort of have a preference? You know, Entity going the Alchemist route here for Pure, and then TSM obviously stealing the chance to get Saberlight, his Beastmaster, one of his best heroes.
He must feel that he's going to be able to get a lot of space, right? Because he's got this Batrider and this Nyx Assassin AA kind of triple that's going to be running around making tons of space for him. So maybe he feels like he's just going to be able to get that super fast farm on the Alchemist and just run over the game before PA is ever online. But yeah, I feel like TSM does have tons of ways to be able to address delay the game, so that they're going to be able to get that PA online no matter what happens. And they just, to keep re-emphasizing, they have so many different ways to be able to cancel this black hole. So I know Panel was mentioning the clutch factor is likely to be Toby, but he's got Curse, he's got Roar. Even later on, there's going to be more things that he has to watch out for. The Dawnbreaker, of course, early pre-BKB is going to be something too, so.
Yeah. And something else that the panel was mentioning, TSM, obviously with his last pick, Beastmaster for Saberlight, they're going to have that tower pressure, right?
Yes.
They're going to be able to start taking over the map. How easy is it going to be for Entity to kind of come in with the deep push with the heroes that they have?
It's not really that great. It's the Alchemist, and he's not the one who wants to show up for deep push almost ever. So I guess until like 15 minutes when AA has Shard, I guess that's like going to be one of their better deep push, but yeah, it's pretty lackluster. Yeah, Pure, as we said, he's going to eat heavy harassment up here. This is not a very easy lane for the side of Entity. Right now, he's still farming well, though. You'll see him on that top CS, but they're going through most of their regen very quickly.
Yeah, he is just relying on the sick charges right now.
Yeah.
Pure, he's going to get Sal sent out the courier, but it'll take, of course, a bit of time until he gets here.
I mean,
has to be careful.
Yeah, they're just keep like pumping the stuns out to at least stop some aggression. But yeah, the Boars. This is a lane where you can actually skill Boar, and it's going to be doing so much to Pure, even off versus Fishman if he gets caught ever on the sides. So now looking at the other lanes, taking a look at Bryle. Of course, this Puck versus Batrider matchup, it's kind of been a matchup that's been around forever. It's gotten better for the Bat now, but still definitely a very Puck-favored lane.
And of course, down on the bottom, how easy of a time is Tomato going to have in this early game in the creeps?
It looks pretty free, honestly.
Yep.
I don't think they can pressure him too hard down here with Dubu behind him. He's going to get a lot of creeps denied, though, from the Enigma. So that will start to add up at least a little bit. But they have ways to kill these Eidolons. That's the one beautiful thing about Dawnbreaker. You just get on top of it, use Starbreaker, you should be able to clear it out with Tomato. But Toby, super comfortable. He knows what he's doing at this hero. I've seen him, even versus counter matchups, a lot of times as this Enigma in the lane. He ends up just playing really safe with his Eidolons and has such an absurd amount of denies. We're already seeing it's up to 6 or 7. Or 5, sorry. Yeah. But it'll get up there in the next few seconds once he gets the next deny.
Overall, though, as you can see, all 3 cores of TSM, just a few CS ahead of their counterparts on Entity. Dubu being aggressive here towards them to try and chase down Kataomi. Despite Carapace, and into the trees he goes. They won't continue to run him down.
It's a really nice lane. Having the Dawn here, really, versus the Nyx, because he's just like very squishy. Traditionally, you want to play like one of these strength melee support heroes versus Nyx Assassin, so Dawn kind of just fits that perfectly. And as we mentioned before, versus the Enigma, that makes so much sense as why they'd want to do this. Yeah, this is a fantastic start, Beast. As we said, Saberlight going to have a phenomenal start. That last pick, he knew.
See bottom, again, trying to really push each other to the edge here. Kataomi and Dubu getting low on either side.
Dubu's getting the secured farm, though. A PA getting a full free farm safe lane in the first 3 minutes. Usually that determines a good start there for the PA lineup.
Yeah, you can see Dubu really trying to threaten with the angle, see if he can get a chance to lead in onto Toby.
Oh, 30 HP. Almost gets brought down.
And completely out of regen again here, Pure. So TSM, FTX really bullying Pure on this top lane. He's down to the last shared tango, really.
Moon has another nuke. Pure has to watch out. Can't actually walk up. Level 2 nuke picked up for Moon. They're actually just going to contest the pull. Pure will at least be able to farm under the tower, but they're going to take this whole pull away from Fishman. So yeah, all lanes going really well.
I mean, look at it in terms of the cores on the side lanes. Will there be a point where both of these will back off to the jungle? I mean, when will it get to the stage where Pure needs to leave that top lane?
Probably pretty soon, it does feel like, honestly, because the Dominator is going to be coming out really early on, so I think maybe he can probably stay up here a little bit longer. If he gets killed once or twice, he definitely just wants to get out of here, but yeah, the levels are going to start building up as well, too, and it's just going to be too much for him to actually withstand through. Fishman has to be very careful of his positioning, too. Double boars already.
If these balls get on top of him and Moon's there as well. Back down bottom lane, Dubu will die in an effort to take down Toby. But a body blocks as well means that Tomato won't be able to find the trade. Now the damage to the Eidolons. He'll put the blur to buy a bit of safety. The stun is actually going to miss. It's going to miss completely there from Kataomi. And with that spell whiffed, Tomato's going to be able to walk this one off. He's also got the ring, so he'll start getting that HP back up. That was a missed kill on the carry.
A definite kill as well, too. Overplaying that, something you always have to be careful versus the Enigma. Toby going for the Urn too, so when you get that kill, you're always going to be able to turn even more so. Pure. Continue to stick up here, so low HP. Maybe he does, he has to get out of here. Next set of nukes and he probably will just die. Looks like the rotation is happening toward mid. Katomi wants to try to set something up with Stormstormer. The orb was used.
And this time round, that's a great stun here from across the tree line. Still has the Waning Rift. The Flame Break will be dodged. Phase shift from Bryle. As he'll continue to run away, but it's a lot of stacks of napalm. Doesn't matter. Orbs back up. Bryle, he'll be able to get away from this attempt from Entity.
Really well played. Just playing it for perfection. Just distancing him with Waning Rift, dodging that Flame Break to push him under the Firefly. Nicely done. Entity played it perfect too, right? Like that's exactly how you got to go for those kills onto a puck. You have to wait till the orb gets casted, but not able to go for that. And it's because of the pickup, right? Bryle, instead of going for bottle early, this is traditional, so just want to mention it though. You go the boots with the stick always versus Bat Rider, because you're going to have mana always from the constant spam. That's actually one of the other reasons it does end up saving his life. Moon, we'll check the top rune. Deny that one right from Stormstormer. Nicely done from TSM. Double checking the runes, right? They know their puck doesn't have the bottle, so just making sure that the Bat Rider can't get one of those big power runes early on.
Another tango, of course, passed over to Pure just to keep him in this lane.
He's sitting so low HP.
I mean, he is, but
he's
also kind of getting away with it.
He is.
It's not like his farm's getting shut down that much at all. Still 28 CS here for the safe lane Alchemist. Despite the fact, indeed, pretty much for the entirety of his laning stage, he's been about a third to a half of his HP.
Moon tanking tower hits with acid spray.
Has to be a bit careful here. I mean, Pure's going to start punching back there.
Oof. But now the Dominator is coming out, so I think this is when they might have to even actually. I don't know if they want to move Pure out here. Maybe they call for help. I think maybe they might ask Stormstormer to make an early rotation to the top lane to shut down this Beastmaster because Saberlight's just getting way too much space. Top of the net worth by a significant margin, 500 above anybody else on this Beast.
Yeah, this is they got it as the last pick. Saberlight knew that this was going to be quite the nice lane for him, and he's certainly playing it to his best capability here.
He doesn't have a creep available just yet. It is blocked still for about 20 seconds, and Bryle's actually the one making the first move, still seeing Pure sitting 30% HP.
And they will spot it out though with this ward, so Pure unlikely to be caught by the rotation.
Tower pressure now will start. He actually just picks up a melee creep, so just dominates any creep. He didn't have the hard camp available, so just trying to get any emphasis to push this tower down. And now rotation's coming. Here comes Stormstormer.
See which mid's going to be able to have the bigger impact here in this first move top.
Yes,
Bryle and Stormstormer ready to fight.
There's a coil and a roar. I don't think Stormstormer can actually approach it. Also power rune spawning, so probably just wants to back away and try to get that one since he knows the puck is still top.
TSM might still find an opportunity to get in underneath this tower. Pure's still relatively low. He's got the chemical rage. Tier 1 tower. It's not going to last too much longer here.
Okay. They'll respect, though, the regen that he does get on that Alchemist. So Fishman, he's been constantly giving some experience. Oh, they actually get the creep, too. Nicely done. He's been giving a lot of experience to Pure, and that actually is what allows him to get that early level 6 here and actually survive under that kind of gank that's coming out. So nicely done, at least from Entity, to prevent Pure from dying. But yeah, the towers are going to start to drop, and let's see what the reactions is going to be. It's going to have to be something from Entity, because it feels like Beastmaster just going to sit top, push onto the top tower, and eventually he will be able to make that move mid and go for this next one. So Entity has to prepare for next plan.
I mean, TP's already coming in down bottom. We'll see Toby drop the coil, the back straight away, but the coil's there, and Bryle puts a stop to it. with the waning rift. They'll try and take down Brile instead, but he's got the stick charges at the ready. Entity, they're not going to be able to find a kill here with his first black hole usage, and they'll end up being the ones that lose a life. As Katsuomi falls, as TSM incredibly quick there with the reaction. They knew that the temptation was going to be there for Toby to go for Tomato, and they turn it around.
And Brile just one step ahead, it feels like, with the moves right now. Sure, it doesn't feel like Stormstormer can actually react to the moves because he's just under the threat of these roars and coils, but yeah, excellent move right now from Brile. Pressuring top lane to get the tower, also moving bottom and preventing a kill immediately.
And we'll see how sort of safe of an area Pure has here in his jungle. Already we saw Saberlight walking through.
They want to
Stormstormer, they want to get him out of this half. See if Stormstormer can find the setup.
They break. Oh, he gets stunned.
Oh, that's done. That might cause some issues for him. He will be able to turn and get the roar off, and with the movement speed buff, he'll still be fine. So, despite the neutrals turning against him, Saberlight will still manage to escape.
And you know he's going to tip, of course. Yeah. Bit unfortunate there for Stormstormer, the flame break, pushing him to the left, kind of, instead of just pushing him backwards toward his teammates.
Saberlight continues to farm nice and safely in his triangle, still holding on to that top net worth here. Excellent start on the Beastmaster.
And they can probably look to continue being a bit aggressive here too on TSM. Not wanting to overforce the issue, but they can play around these power runes pretty easily right now because of the underlevel supports on the side of Entity.
See Brile, he's going to look for the setup here, but there is backup. Both Katsuomi and Stormstormer.
Level 6 Dawn already for the Carapace.
And gets put to a stop here. They'll still get the kill on Fishman.
Nice pullback.
The Wild Wing Ripper trying to hold Katsuomi in position. They'll still be
Brile.
able to walk it up. Brile, quick dodge with the phase shift. He'll be able to jump down, out, and away from Stormstormer. So they get the kill, they get out.
Okay. All things considered, that could have been way worse. Like I was mentioning, the supports on the side of Entity, both level 4 right now. The Dawn hit 6 bottom because he was given space. Good thing that Carapace came out from Katomi, or that could have been quite a disaster, really, for Entity.
Still, yeah, coming back towards this mid lane, they want to try and find Stormstormer an opportunity to make a move with the Flaming Lasso. He's getting close to the bots, 400 gold, and he'll have those complete.
They're going to spend a bit more time jungling, though. Alk jungling, Bat jungling, Enigma not really wanting to pressure anything right now. So it feels like, yeah, for TSM, they kind of have freedom of the map right now. While Entity, it's not like they're unhappy with this situation, but they just kind of have to sit back and farm for a moment until they do feel like Stormstormer wants to actually make that move with his bots.
They've got their eyes on Dubu, Stormstormer.
That's safe.
The Malefice for the setup. We'll need to use the lasso probably. Oh, maybe not. No TPs are coming in. Dubu's just going to be left on his own. He'll try and get away with a hammer. But the burn of the Firefly and the stacks of the Napalm are too much for him to survive.
Nicely done. And that will be the Boots Travels finished up, so yeah. Good move from Stormstormer. Gonna go back. He's gonna be able to pick them up any second now, and then he's gonna be able to accelerate too. And also, as you said, didn't use lasso. So once you use it on one of those core heroes.
See in the mid. Set up with the coil. What sort of backup Katsuomi's going to get. Fishman turning up from the side.
Nice dodge again.
And that will mean that Brile not going to get a kill this time round with the Dream Coil usage. Up top, Saberlight, he's found himself Pure. He's going for him on his own, and you know what? Oh, the stun!
It's going to be close!
And the balls are still chasing. That Chemical Rage regen, is he going to save him? The axe is amping up the damage that's coming out. Saberlight trying to chase him down, but the flame breaks there. Knocks him to the side. He's not even going to get out. Lasso into the Ice Blast. Saberlight punished. Ooh. As Pure is able to walk it off, the tips, of course, coming straight out from Entity in the direction of Saberlight.
I didn't see, was the Solar Guardian on cooldown? I didn't get to actually see if it was during all that for Dubu. I think it came up right at maybe at tail end of it. I didn't get to actually see. I caught at the end of it. But yeah, either way, great reaction coming out from Entity, counteracting. Man, that's the highest net worth kill from TSM, and Pure, he's almost got his relic done because he's been given this time to farm. So as we said, Entity, comfortable with this, what's going on, even though they lost that early tower.
See what they can get here with the smoke. TSM they really want to try and catch out Pure in his jungle. Brile and Dubu ready to lead the charge.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
You can see already with Pure's movements heading over towards sort of the mid, the triangle area. So unlikely that TSM's going to be able to catch the Alchemist here.
I think the Entity kind of knows that this move is happening a little bit because, I mean, Toby's playing a little afraid bottom, so he knows they're making some type of move, but he pushes the tower for free with Eidolons. It doesn't get contested at all, so Entity kind of winning the map right now. Seems like TSM just a little scurry trying to find any type of moves to make sure that they can make space for this PA.
I guess that is the thing as well for TSM, right? If they want to make the moves, it has to be with the ultimates. They don't really have any other catch outside of those longer cooldowns to set up on someone like Pure.
They do have a lot of them, though, right?
They
like
do have
all
a lot.
4 of those ults kind of have that great way to catch, but yeah, for Entity, they do have an easier way to catch, especially with that Nyx Assassin early and the Enigma. Prioritizing Max Carapace, of course, 3 points into Oreni versus that Puck versus Wyvern. And of course versus the Dawnbreaker. Excellent Knicks game.
See them continue to try and put this pressure onto the tier 1 mid, but Entity,
They're there with forces.
showing up for the defense.
So they may not be able to have like the D push, as we mentioned from earlier, but with the heroes, they can have a formidable defense versus those
See top
summons.
lane, Toby is going to go for back off, but this time he'll back off. He knows backup's coming in from Dubu as he jumps in with the Solar Guardian. We'll be able to stop them from immediately taking Tomato down, but Pure, he's still looking for his target. Tomato jumps to the side, it's only going to be that the concoction's going to hit the two of them. As both Tomato and Dubu to be taken down here. Braille trying his best to help out. Moon will drop the curse only onto Kataomi over to the side. At TSM, they're going to continue to run. He jumps back in with the waning rip, but the spike carapace was up. Braille goes down.
Oh boy.
Moon's in trouble as well, surrounded by Entity. Everybody's dead.
Things have crippled, and oh man, even the all chat by Fishman. Oh boy. I mean, they're definitely feeling so good now about this game. These constant moves from TSM. 5 heroes dead, Owen.
Full team wipe, and that's going to pretty much give the money for Pure to have his Radiance online. Of course, as the Alk already in that top spot in net worth. With the Radiance coming out, it's going to be very hard to catch up with this map.
And this is where it's TSM. They actually used, was it almost every single, I guess they didn't get the coil off, I don't think, broadcast it, but that was all their ults expended. And they actually didn't get a single thing because of the way Entity kind of danced around the fight. Really nicely done from Toby, in particular, right? Black hole, and then stopping the black hole when he sees the Dawn hole coming in so he can back away. Just really understanding their heroes at their maximum. 3 top net worth after that laning phase that did go TSM's favor.
So TSM's move's going to be next to try and get them back in on this. They absolutely cannot afford to get team wiped like that again.
It's scary though, playing versus this Nyx assassin with Max Carapace. Like Bryle, he's gonna constantly
They've
get caught.
They've tripped him up again in the mid. As that's Bryle out for 30 seconds. Has to be a bit more careful with this Nyx assassin in
Here
play.
comes Pure.
See them get the setup with the concoction. This should be another one for Entity. There's no escape for Moon. 10-3 now, 6K lead, just 15 minutes in.
It's getting pretty out of control too. It's very limited moves that TSM can do. They never really want to bring the PA for, I mean, still not a long time. So Tomato even dying the one-time top, it's very concerning. Entity now, they can just run as this unit. They don't need to have like, hey Pure, you just have to jungle anymore. No, he can join in always. So now it's kind of this 5 versus 4 game that TSM is going to have to try to adapt to, and Entity have answers versus a lot of their heroes, as we mentioned. The Nyx Assassin addresses 3 heroes quite easily just with Carapace.
TSM joining forces again around the mid lane.
Keep trying for something, but Entity's always there with the squad.
They're going to get the catch again. Stormer immediately finding Moon. Bryle jumps in for this. Has to be so cautious. The roar will come out to Kataomi. They'll be also come with the Solar Guardian play to jump forward, but now Dubu is pretty deep, and he's got to try and get out. He's not going to get the chance to. Saberlight taken out of the river. Dubu to fall. It's just death after death here for TSM as Entity continue to rack up the kills and lose nobody on their side.
It feels like they're under, it feels like just watching from TSM, like they feel like they're under so much pressure that they're forced to make these moves to try to get this Alchemist, and they're making so many errors while doing it. Just spell casting all over the place. Well, Entity just walks in and just brings more heroes. Like they have like 4 or 5 heroes rallied around their jungle, and they're able to just turn the fight easily because of it. And that's, you know, Black Hole on cooldown. Now Black Hole's going to be back up for next situation too, and there won't be a Dawn ulti to counteract it, as we see Dubu did use it before. So Entity, they can just keep fighting. They can keep responding anytime TSM does look to do anything.
Full BKB on Stormer. It's so hard to go on the bat now. He's always going to get to play his game. Sure, you've got those BKB piercing spells. It's going to be another catch here for Entity. Moon out alone bottom. The kills just continue to roll in for Entity.
3 to 14. Now things have changed. Yeah, with these BKBs now, it's, what do you do as TSM? You have Roar to be able to counteract for Stormer, but he has full freedom in fights. Not only his BKB, but I believe Pure has his done in a second too, so some pretty big item timings that's going to coincide with for Entity. Yeah, it's going to address a lot of the damage, especially from that Puck that Bryle, who's already kind of had a hard time versus this Nyx Assassin, as we've seen a few times. Now getting Power Rune and Arcane Rune, one of the best for Stormer.
See Entity now gathering up around this tier 1, ready to bring the fight directly over to TSM's half of the map.
4.
He's ready to just run in Stormer. He'll see what sort of opportunities he can find to go for someone. They'll settle for Moon, as that will be the tier 1 tower going down in the mid. TSM just with no ability right now to hold on to these towers. All they can do is sort of sit and watch as they fall.
Yeah, they're the one with the Beastmaster too, so they're kind of they want to be the ones doing that kind of aggression. But with them being this far behind, with these BKBs being out, they're terrified. This Batrider is kind of the king of the game right now. Stormstormer can pick and choose where he wants to go. 5-0 and 4. Seen this couple times this tournament. These Batriders just taking over since the buffs, even before the buffs.
We'll see with this quick smoke as well from Entity, making moves up to the top lane, knowing that there's a high likelihood that Tomato's going to continue to try and find farm up in this dangerous area.
Oh, is he going to show himself? He might on this next wave.
It feels like he can sense it. He's going to get out as soon as he sees Stormstormer, of course, on the wave.
Look at bottom. Katomi's already here. Tomato shows himself. Pure's here as well. They're botsing on the
they're
way with the
botsing
glyph.
over. Tomato's going to need help. There's TP's coming in, but I don't know if it's going to be soon enough. It isn't. The lasso's there. They'll lock him down.
And they know Moon. The TP's a long one.
See if they can find anything in return. They have the silence, though. Will manage to bring down Katomi this time.
BKB.
Turn with the Roar onto Pure. Toby jumps in. Malefice out on a Saberlight. Solar Guardian will be coming in to try and help out, but Saberlight already falls. Pure still able to fight on with the BKB. They're all solo, ticking down to the Radiance. Triple kill for Pure. As once again, even though TSM, they managed to finally find a couple of kills themselves, it's still nothing in return to what Entity's getting out of this. 4 more kills for them. Pure now 15k net worth, double that. More than double that of anyone on the side of TSM just 20 minutes in.
And it's the way they set up the gank too, right? This smoke to top with Katomi chilling bottom Vendetta and waiting for someone to TP in. They know Tomato TP, so then they see the Wyvern TPing in. They're like, oh, long TP. We don't need to worry about that. Commit for the kill. And then, yeah, could just continue to roll over them, really.
Now we'll see it again here.
Glyph on the creep as well to make sure that the bat comes in. Like we said, every little thing, it feels like Entity is just one step ahead so far in this, after the laning phase, just completely have taken over. And now we see, I feel like the game is actually just getting, of course, more and more difficult, but Alchemist as a hero, with the changes, of course, with talent changes that I actually did not even know this talent existed, there's an acid spray that grants armor to allies. So a Phantom Assassin, who all is physical damage, you're going to be playing into an early Assault Caress and a acid spray that is also going to give teammates armor. So, yeah, it feels like it's going to just get harder and harder for this PA to actually get to the point where she's a hero. That's a cool talent. I did not know that one was there.
Stormstormer now with a Blink Dagger as well on top of the BKB, so it's even easier for him to find these opportunities.
Katomi's on him again.
He's looking for the setup. The rest of Entity's coming across. Tomato, can he get away from this? The Ice Blast will miss. They'll use the Winter's Curse to try and hold the two of them back, but Katomi's still in on top of Tomato. He's got anybody to jump over the walls. He'll get over to the creep wave, but Stormstormer's in with a Flame Break. Tomato goes down again. Saberlight also in trouble as Pure runs him down. Concoction out onto the two of them. Stormstormer's there with the lasso onto Brow. Black Hole as well. It's another team wipe, and they'll call it GG. 21 minutes in.
Wow.
Entity completely destroyed TSM.
Laning phase also, right? TSM, they crushed it. Saberlight top of net worth. Then a couple mistakes, though. I think like a couple of these solo plays, right? Saberlight tries to go for solo play, roars down. They get a huge fight win for Entity. Yeah, just phenomenal stuff really from them, just understanding how they want to play inside of these teams.